What's up, college football fans? As we had an exciting opening weekend all across the country, but we are sticking in my backyard, the 512. Yes, I'm talking about Austin, Texas, where the Longhorns had their home opener against ULM, and they put it on them 52-10, kept their foot on ULM's neck, and exactly what I expect from them in this game. You have a 37.5-point spread. Don't leave any doubt, and they certainly didn't. I would have preferred if they didn't allow the late touchdown, but beggars can't be choosers. And coming off the 5-7 season we had last year, certainly we're in the category of beggars. I'm begging for more of this. I want to see more efforts like this. The defense looked improved. Certainly their effort looked improved. And that is something that I called for when I was putting my expectations video out for their season. Last year just lacked a lot of hustle, a lot of arm tackles, a lack of wrapping up, a lack of intensity. And the defense, for what it's worth, they look fine today. It's hard to measure. Like ULM, by any means, is not a measuring stick. Your real measuring stick is going to, of course, be next week against the Alabama Crimson Tide. But against the Warhawks, the defense, they did exactly what they had to do. They made tackles. They didn't allow explosive plays. They didn't give up effort late. I mean, I guess they gave up a touchdown late, but that happens. It gets away from you in blowout games like this. So I was overall pleased with the effort I saw from them. So good job, defense. I want to mention special teams. I mean, special teams starting us off, you get that Keilan Robinson touchdown off the block punt. You had a couple long returns as well. And those are plays that you need if you're going to be a more dynamic team in college football. You can't just rely strictly on the backs of their offense. I think the offense for the Longhorns is going to be fine this year, and we'll get into them. We'll talk about them a little bit, but the offense is going to be fine. If the defense has this type of effort, or at least this type of intensity week in and week out, then they'll be better for it. If the special teams can give you efforts like this, then the Longhorns are going to be better for it. Let's get into the offense, kind of like some of the big takeaways. So Quinn Ewers was the storyline going into this game. How is first-year starting quarterback Quinn Ewers going to be? Obviously a highly touted prospect at the position. He has a year before Arch Manning lands in Austin. So this is a big audition year for his role on this team next year to hopefully put to bed any notion that Arch Manning is going to be starting as a true freshman. And opening drive, he throws an interception. The takeaways I had from the interception. Okay, so he's rolling to his right, trying to make a play, keeping his eyes downfield, throws it, picked off by a ULM Warhawk. Not good, not ideal, especially since it's the first drive of the game. That's kind of sets the tone for the entire season. You would have just preferred, okay, well, what if we throw a Quinn Ewers bomb and get an 80-yard touchdown? Didn't happen. Okay, bounce back. We've been hearing Sark talk about how this kid has a bounce back mentality. He showed it. Next drive, they get the touchdown, 19-yard score, had a couple big runs from Bijan. About as good of a bounce back as you can hope for. In this game, we really didn't need a great effort by the quarterback. And I think the Longhorns overall are not going to be a team that has to put a lot of pressure on Ewers' throwing arm. Because first off, you have a Heisman-worthy back in your backfield when we're talking about Bijan Robinson. Not a huge game by him by any means, but they didn't need it. He only had 10 carries, 71 yards, touchdown. He had a receiving touchdown. The way this guy is able to move in traffic, bounce around, rip through arm tackles. If you don't put two arms on him, you're not bringing this guy down. No, you can't just have a low effort tackle with Bijan Robinson, or he's going to make you pay. And he made ULM pay. Yeah, also had touchdowns from Rashawn Johnson, Brooks. You know, one cool stat is if you take away the negative yardage from the quarterbacks and the wide receiving carries, this team was able to average 5.88 yards per carry per attempt. Good. I want to see more of that, because if they're able to keep it up with the rushing game, then you're not asking a lot from Ewers. Just make the plays that the offense is designed to make. Steve is one of the craftier offensive minds in college football and even the pro game when he was in Atlanta. So he's going to draw up some plays to get guys open. It's just going to be up to Quinn to use that. And like I said, even on the interception, he's looking downfield. He's always looking to make a play. That's a good thing. A little bit of a gunslinger approach from what I can tell early on. Maybe that will change. Maybe he'll settle down. Overall, good effort. I mean, come on, 52-10. How can I complain about that effort? Defense looks solid. Special teams look good. Offense look good. Does it matter? Does this game against the University of Louisiana Monroe matter? Not really in the grand scheme of things, other than the fact you can't lose. So you can't start 0-1. You did what you had to do. Next week, Alabama, the number one team in the country. The team that I believe they shut out Utah State 55-0. Not an easy game by any means. Bryce Young, Heisman candidate. Nick Saban, we know what he brings to town. Will Anderson. You got some studs. You got some players rolling into town. So good luck. Look competent. I think the goal is look competent against Alabama, because the expectation, and I love to set those high expectations, the expectation is not win. It's look competent against Alabama, especially with the potential move to the SEC. You want to show that you belong in this class of teams. You want to show that you belong with the Alabama. And obviously for Steve Sarkisian, and coming from being the Alabama offensive coordinator, it's a game that's a little bit meaningful for him as well. Let's hope. 2-touchdown line, I believe it is, with Vegas right now. So drop below in the comments if you think they can beat that. Anyway, guys, what were some of your big takeaways from this win against ULM? I know, again, it's hard to get wrapped up in a week 1 win against a team you got a 37.5 point advantage on, spread on. If you saw anything that stood out to you, I want to know. Juju here, so I'm going to be doing some post-game reaction for each and every Longhorns game throughout the season. Wins, losses, doesn't matter. I'll be here. I'll be here to either laugh or cry with you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, comment, yada, yada, yada. Juju here. Follow me on social media at Juju Talk Sports. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Horns up. I will see you next time.